जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर तारी जय गिरिवर दारी जय गिरिवर दारी जय गिरिवर दारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा राधनत राधा राधनत राधे जय राधा राधनत राधा राधनत राधे जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गौरा हरि जय गौरा हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya Astotra Sata Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Anand Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ गोपी श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्यामकुंड राधाकुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की नीलचल जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की नवदीप धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming and thank you for giving me this opportunity. We'd like to now say some prayers of gratitude to our gurus. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Shakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sitapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tatati Swapadam Tikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunandan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvetam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Deve Pranamami Hari Priya. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu eva cha patitanam pavanabhayo vaishnavabhayo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'd like to pay obeisances to my teachers, Her Grace Mother Radhika Sundari, His Grace Jai Satinanda Prabhu, His Grace Raghunath Bhatta Prabhu. I also like to pay obeisances to my Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. Hare Krishna. I also like to pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. Today we're reading from Transcendental Diaries. We're continuing from last week. So we're reading from volume 4, chapter 1. Namahum Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. August 10th, so we are still in Tehran, Iran. August 10th, 1976. Today is the appearance of Lord Baladev. But we all broke the fast because no one checked the calendar until it was too late. Srila Prabhupada wasn't happy about it, but didn't react too strongly. He simply told us to observe it tomorrow. So how many of us have missed an Ekadashi, especially Ekadashi, because we forgot to look at the calendar, or we were not close enough with the Vaishnavas to remind us. You see, so this is what is the importance of Vaishnava association, Sadhu Sangha. And also to buy the calendar from Shishi Radha Radhanath or Jagannath Puri temple. The calendars are out, so we know which the fasting days. So let's continue. So Prabhupada didn't take his walk this morning because his legs were swollen. But he still preached to everyone on the back balcony for an hour, prompting the devotees to present challenges to our philosophy, and then giving effective counter-arguments to defeat them. His disciples here are preaching under difficult circumstances. So you know why it's difficult, right? It is in Iran. So obviously it's going to be difficult. And he infused them with encouragement and strength by his attentive concern to the mission they were attempting to conduct in such a remote place. So Prabhupada was encouraging these devotees. Navayovana kicked off the debate by saying that people see us as being sectarian. He said they have their rituals and we have ours, and they don't see any greater benefit in what we are doing. Arteya Rishi added that many people simply find fault with us. After a short exchange, Prabhupada boiled it down to one basic issue. So what they want us to do? If you don't want me to do this, then you must say what you want me to do. Is that not right? Suppose I am chanting, and if you don't want me to chant, then what do you want me to do? The next question will be. So this is what Prabhupada is saying. Because they are, well, as they're saying, we are sectarian. Right? So, and also they can't identify with us, right? And that is why they are, as we read, they are finding fault with us. So Jnana Gamya said, people want us to engage as they are in sense gratification. So that's general thing in our society. Most people are enjoying their senses. They are governed by their senses, and then their mind is controlled by those senses, and their senses take them on a wild goose chase around this material world. And this is what people find it difficult. You people are boring, you know. That's what people say. You know, all you'll do is pray. You know, is there anything else you'll do? So, but Prabhupada reduced that to a basic premise as well. Who will decide who is right? You cannot find fault with me by saying that I am not acting like you sense gratification. If you are acting in your way, I am acting in my way. Gyanagamya suggested it was all relative. But if you want philosophy, the aim of life, Srila Prabhupada said, then we can talk. What is the destination of life? What is required? If you criticize me, then I can criticize you. So mostly, Srila Prabhupada is talking here about the aim of life. What is the aim of life? What would you say? What is the aim of life? To enjoy. Yes, most people, that's what most people, right, in the world. It is just to enjoy. It's me, myself, and I. That's all. And now let's see what. Then we must take it to the absolute platform. In order to actually have a sincere argument, to make a sincere decision, Gyanagamya proposed. That was the solution Srila Prabhupada was looking for. Yes, to take it to the absolute platform, to understand, first to understand who we are. That's the first step. If we understand who we are, then we understand we have a relationship with there's somebody greater. Where did we come from? Right? And so that is the question we need to ask. So, yes, there is no end to such things. Therefore, unless one accepts a person guru, there is no need of talking. Tad vijnana artham sa gurum eva bichare. So the verse actually, Tad vijnanam sa gurum eva bichara shrotim brahma nisham, from the Mukanda Upanishad 1-12, Prabhupada's quotes. So the translation here is to understand these things properly, one must humbly approach with firewood in hand a spiritual master who is learned in the Vedas and firmly devoted to the absolute truth. So here you can see Srila Prabhupada's emphasizing on us taking shelter of a guru. Only when we surrender to a guru, then our spiritual journey starts. Right? Unless one accepts, so I'll continue reading. Unless one accepts somebody as guru, the instruction will not be fruitful. Just like Arjuna is accepting Krishna as guru, so long he was talking as friend, it was not effective. Arjuna therefore decided, find that verse. Karpanyadoso pahata swabhavaha prichyami tvam dharma samudacheta yakshreya shannishitam pruhitan me sasyasateham sadimam tvam kapanam. So Rishikesha Maharaj read out the full verse and then the translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So you see here, Arjuna was bewildered, right? We know that he was on this battlefield. He was bewildered after seeing his family, his friends. And now, at this point in Bhagavad Gita 2:7, he turns to Krishna and he says, I'm bewildered. Now he's opened up himself. He's opened up himself and he accepted the Guru. He surrenders to his Guru, right, who is Krishna. And now, this has given, now that he is surrendered, he has opened himself up to receive something from Krishna. And this is when Krishna is now going to impart this wisdom to him. So, with us, we need now, in order to to drink, just as Srimad Bhagavatam is the nectar, Amrita to drink, Bhagavad Gita, these words are flowing from Krishna's lotus lips, right? He is flowing from him. And we need, now if we close our mouth, can we drink? If I give you the most delicious juice, if you close your mouth, you can't drink it. So like that, if we close our minds and close our hearts, how are we going to receive this knowledge, this wisdom that's coming from Krishna? We need to open our minds, we need to open our hearts. So this is what Arjuna has done here. He has opened his heart, he's opened his mind, and now is allowing for this wisdom now to come through. So, the important thing is accepted a guru. So therefore, when we accept a guru, then we can receive the instructions from the guru and then learn from the guru, because the guru is taking us to the lotus feet of Krishna. So I'll continue reading. This is the position, Prabhupada went on. Unless one feels like that and asks somebody, a superior, accepts him as a guru, there is no talking. If anyone is interested to know about the transcendental matter, subject matter, he must approach a guru. And unless one approaches a guru, he cannot understand. And if by force I become a guru, he may not be interested. That this is the position. Also, you can't force something on somebody, right? You can't force and say, you know what, I'm a guru, you accept me. No, also, as we go down, we'll read that as much as we get the mercy, the guru is giving the mercy. Are we prepared to take that mercy? Are we prepared to receive that mercy? That's the question, right? But still, for a preacher, he has to do something against all odds. That is preaching. Your question was that we'd go and they say like this. But you cannot expect that whatever you are going to, you'll find favorable situation to talk. That you must understand. But you have to preach. You have to create favorable situation. That is your duty. If you are not prepared to take good instruction, you cannot expect favorable situation. It is not possible. When I came to America, I never expected any favorable situation. I wrote that poetry in disappointment, that who will accept this? That is the position. By Krishna's grace, gradually it will become a favorable situation. But don't expect any favorable situation. You have to handle unfavorable situation and make favorable situation to preach. That is preaching. So even with us, now it's book marathon time, and many devotees, we are going, everybody's going out and preaching, and we're going to face many challenges, right? Lots of people are going to be rude to you, but that shouldn't discourage us. We should continue with this preaching movement. The thing is, it is our duty as the soldiers of Srila Prabhupada, right? In this mission, we need to go there. Whatever little we had know and whatever little we have received, and at this point, we must go there and share this knowledge. That is our duty, right? And Srila Prabhupada is saying, yes, we will encounter many challenges and obstacles in the way, but we must persevere, right? And always rely, always depend on the grace of Krishna. And by the grace of Krishna, he will turn that unfavorable situation into favorable. Right? So I'll continue reading. Nityananda Prabhu, he went to preach to Jagai and Madai. There was no favorable situation. They were drunkards. They caused injury to the body of Nityananda Prabhu. So this is preaching with only unfavorable situation. You cannot expect favorable situation, and still you have to preach. That is preaching. They will speak like madmen. So many things. They are mad. After all, Nuham Paramatta Krute Vikrama. They have no sense. All materialistic persons are madmen. Still, by the order of the superior, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have to do this preaching work. Right? By the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will be able to do it. Actually, the American boys are fighting against so many unfavorable situations. They are sometimes beaten in the airport. You know that. Still, they are preaching. That is preaching. The unfavorable situation. So let me give it up. That is not preaching. Yes, we must know that there is unfavorable situation. Still, I have to do. That depends on your brain. How to tackle. You cannot expect favorable situation. Right? This place, this material world is a miserable place. And the people, although they think they are happy, they're actually miserable. They don't know that they are miserable. Because they're drowning in this material world, this ignorance, right? So we need to make every effort to take this message of Mahaprabhu to the world. So Jnana Gamya brought up an idea he was keen on developing. It is good to publicize these situations, Prabhupada, that we are encountering so much difficulty. Is it good to publicize that? A film, say. He got an unexpected, strongly negative response. Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Gora Hari ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So Jnana Gamya was a little, he wants to now, he has an idea to make a film, right? And Prabhupada, well, he wasn't too keen about it. He gave him a very strong negative answer, right? Film? No. You don't talk of film. You are very much in favor of film. You better stop that idea. So Jnana Gamya was a little persistent, hoping for some favorable hint from Srila Prabhupada with which he could pursue his idea. But Prabhupada held fast to his line. He wasn't at all enthusiastic about it. He granted that a documentary showing some of our activities in feeding the poor might have good effect, but he said that even that would only be limited. Jnana Gamya was thinking, as Prabhupada knew he was, of something on a much bigger scale and scope. So he says, but if we make a film to go in the movie houses all over the world, the big movie houses, not just for the little schools or little groups, not just for the temple. What kind of film? Prabhupada asked. A film that would show activities of devotees and have some story. But you said they do not like it, Prabhupada challenged him. No, I never said that they do not like it, Jnana Gamya said. Aha, you said that sense gratification. Prabhupada quickly reminded him. Jnana Gamya had to give a little laugh, being forced to concede to the sharpness of Prabhupada's mind. And Prabhupada went on. How will they appreciate? Jnana Gamya tried to be upbeat and positive. They will appreciate it. It's sometimes new, something new. It is very different. It is very beautiful and attractive. Of course, I cannot understand, Prabhupada said mildly. After a few seconds, he asked, what is the favorable condition of the movie, of the film? Atreya Rishi explained that Jnana Gamya wanted to make a big film showing the devotee's lifestyle, how we learn and carry out Sankirtana. Prabhupada said that people could already see that. But Jnana Gamya pointed out that there were still many people who have never heard of us, and films would go to every town and village, exposing them to the chanting and arousing interest in what the devotees are doing. Prabhupada was not convinced, but their opinion is not in favor, as you said. Gyanagamya said he felt public opinion could be changed through books and films. As an example, he cited the more favorable climate in America towards the black population, which had been helped by films showing black people in heroic roles. But Prabhupada disagreed. He didn't think there had been any real improvement in the relation between the black and whites. There are still tension with many areas where the blacks live and whites cannot go. He felt that any change can only be superficial. The real problem, he pointed out, was to educate people to give up the bodily concept of life. He observed that real change would be brought by an example of behavior, not by showing a film. So you can see, Gyanagamya Prabhu is like really adamant. He wants to make this film, right? And Prabhupada is not too keen. And Prabhupada is saying that just by the way we carry ourselves out, right, that's preaching all by itself. Now we know all, right? When we go out into the world, we go to the shopping malls, we go to the banks, we go to the service station for petrol. As soon as people see you, what do they say? I've experienced. They say, Haribol. They say Haribol. I've got work attire. The only thing, my neck, the tilak, we put tilak lightly and go to work. And we have our neck beads. But they identify. Just by seeing the devotees, then we are preaching Hare Krishna. They are chanting, right? Just by going out for Harinam in the Durban beachfront, I know lots of them, we go to the Florida Road, right? The Prabhu always goes. So just by taking the movement out, the Harinam, going out on Harinam, we can do our preaching, right? And this is what Srila Prabhupada said. They must just watch our behavior and see what we are doing, and they will come. There's no need for a film. So anyway, Gyanagamya Prabhu is quite adamant, right? So Atra Rishi is picking up on Srila Prabhupada's mood, right? And added, with Krishna consciousness, we have the books, which are parampara. We have ourselves as examples. If we can be parampara, and we can be good examples. So there, as we said, right? We take our books and we follow in parampara and we set the example. That is my opinion, Prabhupada nodded. That instead of spending so much money on films, you can spend some money on propagation of book distribution. Accepting that any advertisement was good, he had still another objection. The film advertisement is very expensive. Very, very expensive, Prabhupada is saying, right? Advertisement never goes in vain. That's a fact. But if it is too much expense, it touches our financial position. And Srila Prabhupada, there's one thing, right? Yes, we must spend for things that are necessary. But Prabhupada didn't appreciate when Lakshmi is being wasted, right? And wasting Lakshmi is not good. We must always try and see how we can take that Lakshmi and use it in the service of the Lordship. When I added that there is no certainty of success, Gyanagamya continued to be positive. There is a method, he said. There is a method. Suppose there is success, Prabhupada cut in, but in comparison to the money expended, that success is little. Just like in the beginning, I advertised my books in New York Times. They charged me $63, a small space. So there was inquiry, not order. 3 inquiries, not even an order. I have got this experience. For me, at that time, $63 was too much. We all smiled at the thought as he continued. So I did not get any response. That is my practical experience. New York Times, they have got millions of customers and millions of readers, but I got 3 responses. Right? So Srila Prabhupada is speaking from experience here. So Atra Rishi said he thought that within a big city, only a few people would become devotees, and they would come by Krishna's arrangement, not by any amount of advertising. So this is an important point, right? By Krishna's arrangement. So Prabhupada actually agrees here, right? Prabhupada says, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that it is only for the fortunate persons. But we must present. Only the fortunate will come forward. We cannot expect that everyone will come. That is not possible. So you all can consider ourselves very fortunate that we are sitting here in Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Temple of Understanding only by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Still, Ganya Gamya persisted. So you can see Ganya Gamya Prabhu is like persistent here. And he says, but you said to make everyone fortunate. Now see how he's trying to take Prabhupada's words and say, but you said it to make everybody fortunate. Yes, that is by your preaching, Prabhupada said, right? That we have to do. We are doing that. That I have given the example, Nityananda Prabhu. He faced the danger and by his power converted the Jagai and Madai. So by chanting, they injured Jagai. They injured. Jagai, Madai injured. And Nityananda Prabhu said, never mind, you have injured me. Please chant Hare Krishna. That is not advertisement. That is personal behavior. Right? So you'll all know the story of how Lord Nityananda Prabhu was preaching in the market, and then Jagai and Madai, they were drunkards, but they not only were drunkards, they were doing every sin you can think under the sun. They were doing it, right? And these people were started to chant Jagai and Madai. And this is all by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, right? He is our first guru, isn't it? Right? So Jnana Gamya was tenacious in the pursuit of his idea. He tried another approach. In Dallas, there is a town next door, Fort Worth. There are many rich Baptists. They have a big studio for preaching many different films, television shows. Prabhupada shook his head. These Christian people, they have got money, and still the churches are being closed. What is the effect? They have no potency in their message. Jnana Gamya said, it's not the medium, it's their message. So it doesn't matter the medium, right? We can also we don't have to have a film, we don't have to advertise, we can just go out in the streets and chant. Sorry. The Maha Mantra is so potent, right? Just that message, right? That's the message we are giving, right? The Maha Mantra. And that will help people to be purified. So whatever it may be, Prabhupada said reasonably, by their advertisement, the effect is the churches have been closed. Is it not? By this time, we were all smiling, appreciating Srila Prabhupada's irrefutable logic and his mild but determined stance against the idea of big film production. Jnana Gamya still tried one final time to keep his idea alive by implying that churches were not essential. He said that there are people who want to be Christians but don't go to church. So, we can see Gyanagamya Prabhu is determined, right? But Srila Prabhupada had finished with the subject. Now, Srila Prabhupada had enough now of the subject. You do not understand. That means it has no effect, right? Gyanagamya felt silent, unable to raise any further arguments to support his idea. After a few moments, Prabhupada turned his attention back to philosophical debate. Now, talk about something substantial. Yesterday, we were talking about the proprietorship of God. If people are interested to talk like gentlemen, how they can refute the proprietorship of God of everything. Talk on this point. The conversation went on for a good 40 minutes with Srila Prabhupada, including a thorough discussion on topics ranging from proprietorship to the fraud of Freud and the meaning of humanity. Another lamb's pathetic bleating caught his attention, as we discussed. So there was some lambs out there and it was bleating, right? And this caught Prabhupada's attention. And he logically analyzed the consequence of thinking that God's creation was ours to enjoy. God has given you enjoyment, but you cannot enjoy yourself alone. There are other sons. Right? So Prabhupada now what he's doing is referring to the lamb. You see, he heard the lamb bleating. So now he's saying there are other sons. They will also enjoy. If you interfere with other sons, then you'll be punished. God's son is the lamb, and you let him enjoy. You also enjoy, right? But you don't go enjoy him, meaning that don't go enjoy the lamb, because that's what's going on, right? People are killing the animals. But if you interfere with his right, then you'll be punished. See, the lamb, just as much as you have a right to live, the lamb, the sheep, the goat, the cow, every chicken, everything has a right to live. Right? And this is what Srila Prabhupada is pointing out here. But if you interfere with his right, then you will be punished. That is God's law. Sarva Yonishu. God is not only your father. So many people, humans, think God is only my father, the human beings. God is everyone's father. The animals, the insects, the little ant, the trees, right? Everybody. And this is what people don't understand. Like recently in school, we had, Rhino Day. We have the sticker and to protect the rhino. Yes, the rhino is going extinct, right? But you're doing that, but with the same breath, you're having a nice hamburger. I wouldn't say nice, but having a hamburger, right? So where's the logic there, right? Everybody's making noise, save the whale, save the rhino, save this and save that. But in the same breath, they're eating the animals, right? So that doesn't make sense. So let's continue reading. This is natural. You have got your food, you produce your grain, and you eat. Why should you eat another animal? God says that anan bhavanti bhutani. You must eat to become strong. But that does not mean you eat another brother. Tena taktena bunjita. Whatever he has designated, you eat like that. You are human being. You can produce food. You grow foodstuff, rice, wheat, fruit, flowers, vegetables, and offer to Krishna. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. He never says that you give me an animal. So you produce patram pushpam phalam and offer to Krishna and then take. Right? So this is Prabhupada is quoting Bhagavad Gita 9:26, where it says, if one offers me with love, now this is what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. If one offers me with love, the key thing is with love, right, with bhakti, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept. He doesn't say, give me an animal, right? So Dayananda raised the old rationale that unless we eat meat, we cannot be strong. Now, you've heard that. I've heard that. People say, if you don't eat meat, you'll die. You know? And that's what Dayananda Prabhu is raising. Therefore, you are not human being. You are animal, Prabhupada responded. Uncivilized animals, they cannot produce their fruit. But you are given the chance of becoming, you have been given the chance of becoming a human being. If you cannot produce your food, if you do not know how to cook food, how to offer it, then you are not a human being. You are animal. When the uncivilized man in the jungle, they did not know how to produce food. They used to kill animals. So if you want to remain in the same uncivilized status of life, then where you are a human being, right? Because we are behaving like the uncivilized, but we are calling ourselves civilized, right? Why should we kill animals like the uncivilized jungle men? Your action is just like jungle men, and you are claiming to be civilized men. Navayovana said, they are thinking that they are proprietor. That is their folly. They are not proprietor. Proprietor is the Supreme Lord. You are not proprietor. Everyone is claiming proprietor, and they are fighting. That is going on. And if you accept God is proprietor, and we are dependent on him, then there is no fight. Tena taktena bunjita. This is Isa Vasyam's verse. Is the perfectly describing tena taktena. You are not proprietor. You accept things what the proprietor has allotted to you. Do not encroach upon another. We are falsely claiming proprietorship. We are encroaching upon others' independence. And the verse Srila Prabhupada is quoting here is from the Sri Isopanishad, right? Which is mantra 1. Isavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena taktena bunjita ma griha kasya swadhanam. This is a very beautiful verse. And if we can live our lives by this verse, I tell you, you will have less problems. You'll have, because there will be no anchoring, no disappointments when we understand this verse, right? Everything, the translation is everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. Lesson number 1. We must understand that, right? Then, one should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside by as his quota, and one should not accept other things knowing well to whom they belong. So what determines our quota? Who can tell? What determines our quota? Anybody? Your karma. Yes, from last life, right? Yes, very good. So how there can be peace? It is not possible. This property is walled, that property is walled. You cannot encroach on another's side of the wall. Then it is criminal trespassing. Now this is, we know, when we live in this world, back in my day when we grew up, we had no walls, we had no burglar guards, and we all were fine, right? But now you have walls and barbed wire and everything, and people encroach on you, and then you are considered a trespasser, right? So, and then the government has laws for this, right? So, the government duty is to see that nobody is encroaching on others. Similarly, God's duty is that everyone is God's son. You don't encroach upon another son's right? Then you'll be punished. Just as in the material world, if you encroach on another, if you go and take something that doesn't belong to you, you're going to be punished, right? So the same way, You are taking things that is not allotted to you. It is not your quota. Why should you encroach upon his living right? Because you are strong. That is not humanity. So we think we are stronger than, right? We are stronger than the animal, right? The animal can't fight us. Okay, of course, yes, it's unless you come in front of a lion, right? But generally, the goats and the chickens and whatever is being consumed, they are considered weaker. We as mankind are taking advantage of that. So the animal is there for benefit. Let them live and you take the fur. You can use it for your coat, but they should not be killed. The cow is giving, of course, as Prabhupada is saying, when the animal passes on in a natural way, then go take the fur, right? Not kill it and take the fur. The cow is giving milk like mother. Why should you kill it? This is humanity, to kill the mother. So in this way, we are encroaching the rights of others, and we are becoming subject to punishment of God. This is going on. You may say there is no God, but God is there. You will be punished. The outlaw, they will say, you don't care for government. You may say so, but government will take action. You cannot avoid it. This is humanity. Good citizenship means one who knows the laws of the state. He knows this is the order of the government. Cars should be driven on the right side and not on the left side. He is good citizen. One who does not know the law of the state is not a good citizen, is a fool, rascal. What to speak of humanity? So Dayananda presented other objections. Some people say, I don't care about your rational arguments. Then you are animal, Prabhupada repeated, because animal has no rationality. What is the use of talking with you? You are animal. You have no rationality. Man is rational animal. This is the definition. If you have no rationality, then you are animal. That is the difficulty. People are kept in the status of animal and they expect human behavior. How is it possible? It is not possible. So therefore, our endeavor is to bring them to the standard of humanity, real humanity. Then there will be peace, prosperity, everything all right. That is Krishna consciousness. So first we have to work on our inner peace, right? By chanting the Maha mantra. And then we can work on the outer peace, and of course, yes, then world peace. This is the Vedic injunction. Dharmena hina pasubhya samana. Anyone who has no religious principle is an animal. Therefore, you'll find in human society, it doesn't matter whether it is in Iran or India or Europe, there is some religion. Because without religion, they are animals. Dog is dog. It is not a Christian dog or a Hindu dog. Hindu, Christian comes when they are human beings. So a civilized society must be there must be rationality. Religion is rationality, to accept God. Navayovani pointed out that religion has bad name. Also, they say that religion causes war. In Lebanon, now the Christians are killing the Muslims, and the Muslims are killing the Christians in the name of, and he fades out. But Prabhupada had a convincing counter-argument. Prabhupada says, and the communists are killing the capitalists, and the capitalists are killing the communists. Now, this is 2025, and this is still going on, right? You see this in the world. What is it? It is religion. Then, how you can stop war? Because you are animal, you fight, You can give some name either on religious grounds or on philosophical grounds. But because you are animal, you will fight. You can give a different name, that is different thing. But because you are dogs, you'll fight. The real religion is why they will fight. Religion means to accept God. So if you are Muslim, I am Hindu, if I accept God, if you accept God, then where is the fight? If we accept that God is the proprietor, God is the father, then where is the question of fight? Because we are not religious, therefore we are fighting. It is getting time for Guru Puja, the class, Guru Puja and class. And as we prepare to go downstairs at the end of another edifying session, Navayovana Prabhu summed up the conversation. Everything you say, Prabhupada, makes sense. Everything you say makes sense. Yes, your preaching should be sensible. Then people will accept. Prabhupada acknowledged modestly, and after all, they are human beings. There is sense, but by force, they are covering the sense. So we have to awaken them by handling carefully. That's all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jeev jago, gora chanda bole. They are sleeping. We have to awaken them. That's it. That is preaching. Even the animal killing, where is it absolutely necessary? So, according to any religious principle, there is God. Just like who was telling me? You were telling me about the lamb killing. The injunction is that the mouth should be towards Mecca. So because there is no other way, suppose in the desert, what they'll do? They must eat something, but still there is a sense of God. There is some regulative principle. So in this way, God consciousness must be there. That is civilization. So Prabhupada went downstairs to the temple room for the regular Guru Puja, and he gave class from the Srimad Bhagavatam on 3/22/20, albeit another very short one, underscoring the principle that whether one is married or a renunciate, one should know the signs of Krishna. So it doesn't matter. In whichever ashram you are, you need to know the signs of Krishna. He used the appropriate example of Haridas Thakur, who was born in a Mohammedan family, and Sanatan Goswami, whom he said actually became Mohammedan at the point of eating with them, adopting the Mohammedan name and being rejected by the Brahmanical society, to show that anyone who knows the signs of Krishna can become a guru. Now remember, Sanatan Goswami is Srila Rupa Goswami's older brother, right? And they both were employed by the Muslim government. But then, as you know, they escaped, right? You'll all know the story of in Nectar of Devotion. So bringing the principle home to the present, he told a handful of disciples. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, everything very simplified. Wherever you are living, it doesn't matter. Just like our Artha Rishi is a Grihastha and he's living in Iran. So Prabhupada is showing that even though Artha Rishi is living in Iran, he's still trying to spread Krishna consciousness, right? And it doesn't, we shouldn't make that as an excuse. No matter where we are, no matter what difficulty it is, we must spread the holy name and spread Krishna consciousness. And then Prabhupada says, he quotes, take Bhagavad Gita and try to preach the principle. Speak whatever is spoken in Bhagavad Gita. That's all we need to do. Just speak what Prabhupada is speaking. We don't have to go and say anything else. Yeah. And then I have translated as Krishna conscious. How to make people Krishna conscious, that is our mission on this principle. Either Grihastha, Vanaprastha or Sannyasi, everyone can take part. Philosophy, the truth should be preached. Everyone will be happy. That is Krishna consciousness. So today, during his message, Prabhupada listened to one of his own song tapes, the melodious strains of the ammonium caused him to smile, and he recalled that as a young boy, when he used to, one of his friends' sister wanted to marry him because Prabhupada used to play the ammonium so beautifully. So Prabhupada was just mentioning that. So after Prabhupada came down to the kitchen today to talk to Nandarani about conserving vegetables. So here now, because it's winter months, it is difficult to get fresh vegetables. So, the thing is, in France, they were saying that, to use frozen vegetables is in the mode of tamasic, right? So Prabhupada was saying, but sometimes, now here, we have to conserve the vegetables because there won't be vegetables in the winter months. So he says, yes, he consented that you can freeze the vegetables because it's according to time, place, and circumstances because of that. So we are almost done now. Every evening darshana was, this evening the darshana was longest from 6 p.m. to 9:30. So Prabhupada gave a long class, and Artharisha got back a little earlier from his work, eager to get as much association as possible from Srila Prabhupada. Sitting on the balcony, Srila Prabhupada asked, "What is your independence? Are you independent?" And there are all sorts of rascals, Prabhupada said. One kind of rascal is the Mudda kind, who like to enjoy and he thinks he is independent. And that is also dependent, Prabhupada said. Yes, but he thinks I can eat chicken or eggs or fish. That's all right, Srila Prabhupada repeated. That is dependent. Where from the chicken comes? And then Artha Rishi says from the fields. Fields? No, it comes from the chicken. So, therefore, he has to depend on other chickens, he said, drawing some laughter. So, that means that the chicken, the supply of the chicken, then you kill the chicken. So, Prabhupada is going on again that, people are killing animals. He speaks about the animals. And Dayananda and Atarishi tried to argue that man could use his own intelligence in order to create things he lacks. But again, Prabhupada pointed out that without the supply, which comes from God, we cannot use our intelligence. Right? So everything is being supplied by, and that's the end of that reading. So everything is coming from the Lord. We went a little bit over, sorry. So any questions, suggestions, comments? Nothing? Okay, we'll conclude. Om Jnanatim Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuebhya patitanam pavanebhayo Vaishnavavayo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, devotees. Thank you.